Hey everyone, today we have the best news to update you on. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Write "Go All Blacks" in the comments. In a surprising twist during the recent test at Ellis Park, the end of the All Blacks haka was unintentionally disrupted, leading to a wave of apologies from the South African Rugby Union. Just as the haka was concluding, fireworks unexpectedly lit up the sky, music blared through the stadium, and an A380 airliner roared overhead, causing quite a stir. Saru quickly acknowledged the mistake, attributing it to a failure in timing and human error. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Rian Oberholzer, the CEO of SA Rugby, personally apologized to the New Zealand Rugby Union and followed up with a formal letter expressing their deep regret. He emphasized that the interference was never intended to coincide with the haka, an iconic and sacred moment in any test match against the All Blacks. The disruption, he explained, was due to a mix-up in timekeeping, compounded by an unsighted sound engineer who mistook the crowd's cheers as a signal to restart the music. It's clear that this was an unfortunate mishap, but one that Saru has vowed won't happen again. Oberholzer assured that the values and traditions of rugby are held in the highest regard by South African rugby, and this incident in no way reflects any lack of respect for the haka's significance and history. What made this haka even more special was the context. The All Blacks dedicated the performance to the late Maori king, Tahishi Apaki, who passed away at the age of 69 just before the match. In honor of the king, the team wore black armbands and TJ Perenara led a special prayer at the start of the haka, adding a deeply personal touch to an already emotional moment. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the second test between the Springboks and the All Blacks in Cape Town is shaping up to be a battle for the ages. With Rassie Erasmus facing some serious selection headaches, the drama is already unfolding before the teams even hit the field. If you're a diehard All Blacks fan, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel, because you won't want to miss a second of the action. So what's the buzz? First off, Rassie Erasmus is going to have to shuffle his deck, with Sia Khaleesi out due to that nasty hit from Sam Cane. Seriously? Was there even a TMO? The Bok boss has to figure out who steps into those big captain's boots. And it doesn't stop there. Star winger Kurtley Arends is also down and out with a concussion. That means the Boks need not just a new captain but also a fresh face on the wing. Khaleesi's absence is a big one, no doubt, but Erasmus has some options up his sleeve. Quagga Smith and Marco van Staden could be the go-to guys to bring that breakdown brilliance Khaleesi is known for. Or maybe Erasmus will shake things up by bringing in Ilrai Lu for a more aggressive, line-out-heavy strategy. The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this so exciting. As for the wing, who's going to fill the void left by Arends? Kanan Moody is a hot contender. He's back to full fitness and ready to tear it up. But don't count out Makazole Mapimpi, who just put on a masterclass with a hat trick for the Sharks. Even versatile players like Jesse Creel and Lucanio AM could slide into that wing spot, offering a defensive edge that could keep the All Blacks at bay. Now let's talk captaincy. With Khaleesi out, who's going to lead the Boks into battle? Pieter-Steph du Toit, Eben Etzebeth, and even Handré Pollard are all in the mix. Each brings something unique to the table, whether it's Du Toit's relentless engine, Etzebeth's imposing presence, or Pollard's cool-headed leadership. Erasmus has to get this one right because a lot is riding on who gets the armband. The backline is another area where we might see some surprises. Manye Libbok has been solid, but with Pollard and Sasha Feinberg-Mngomezulu in the mix, Erasmus might opt for a dual playmaker setup to keep the All Blacks guessing. And let's not forget the possible return of Jaden Hendricks at scrum half, which could push Grant Williams back to his impactful bomb squad role off the bench. The Springboks forward pack is also under the microscope, especially after some shaky lineouts in the first test. Malcolm Marx had a few hiccups, but with Juan Norch calling the shots, things looked smoother. Could we see Norch start alongside Etzebeth in the second row? And what about the bench? Will Nicholas Jans van Rensburg make his return to add some set-piece savvy? One thing's for sure. This game is going to be intense, and every decision Erasmus makes will be scrutinized. Will the Springboks stick to what worked at Ellis Park, or will they roll the dice with some bold new selections? Only time will tell, but whatever happens, you can bet it's going to be a clash to remember. What a match we've got coming up, folks. The Springboks are taking on the All Blacks again, and it's shaping up to be another epic showdown. Rassie Erasmus, the mastermind behind the Springboks, is likely cooking up some changes to keep the All Blacks on their toes. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. So, let's dive into what might go down this weekend. The Springboks are riding high after their recent win over New Zealand, but Erasmus isn't one to sit back and relax. He's expected to bring in some of his experienced players for this rematch. One of the big changes we're likely to see is the return of Willie le Roux. He may have had a quiet game last time, but le Roux is a game-changer with his playmaking abilities. When he's on, and we're all excited to see what he'll bring this time around. Another potential shift could be in the midfield with Jesse Kriel keeping his spot due to Lukhanyo Am's injury. Kriel's been solid, and pairing him with Damien de Allende should give the Boks a strong center presence. And with the unfortunate concussion of Kurt-Lee Arendse, Makazole Mapimpi could be back on the wing, ready to fly high and add some much-needed firepower. Up front, we've got some big hitters like Duane Vermeulen, who's expected to bring his usual mix of muscle and leadership, especially with Sia Khaleesi likely sitting this one out. Pieter-Steph du Toit might be stepping up to lead the team, and we all know what a beast he is in every aspect of the game. In the engine room, it's been a bit of a crisis with injuries, but Franco Mostert and Marvin Orie have stepped up big time. Orie, in particular, has been a revelation, showing his grit and skill in the lineouts and tight exchanges. We're also expecting Eben Etzebeth to start, adding even more muscle to that already powerful Springbok pack. Let's not forget the scrum, where Ox Ench and Bongi Mbonambi are set to lock horns with the All Blacks front row. These battles at the set piece are going to be intense and could well decide the outcome of the game. Ench has been immense, and Mbonambi's experience is going to be crucial, especially after his controversial try last time around. Now, before we wrap up, if you're loving this All Blacks content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We're bringing you all the latest, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. So, what do you think about the Springboks' likely changes? Do you think they'll be able to outsmart the All Blacks again? Or is this the match where New Zealand comes roaring back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. On Monday, SA Rugby stepped up and issued an apology, calling it all a highly regrettable mistake. The CEO of SA Rugby, Rian Oberholzer, even personally apologized and sent a formal letter to the NZRFU. He explained that it was all due to human error and timing issues, saying that the intention was never to disrespect the All Blacks or the significance of the Haka. The sound engineer mistook the crowd's excited cheering for the end of the Haka, which led to the music kicking in too early. They promised it won't happen again. Jason Ryan, the All Blacks forward coach, was pretty chill about the whole thing. He accepted the apology and acknowledged that the Springboks players weren't at fault. They stood there and respected the Haka as they always do. But Ryan couldn't resist taking a playful jab at the officials, saying, "It's probably the officials that need the uppercut." He's clearly not holding a grudge, just having a bit of fun with the situation. Ethan Blackadder, on the other hand, was so focused on the game that he didn't even notice the chaos. He was completely in the zone, locking eyes with the Springboks and blocking out everything else. "It's nice of them to apologize," he said. "But honestly, I didn't see or hear any of it, just zoned in." This whole Ellis Park incident has sparked a lot of debate, with even former Springboks captain John Smit weighing in. He took to X, formerly Twitter, to express his disappointment over the noise and music during the Haka, calling it a privilege to witness and asking for respect in the upcoming match in Cape Town. Before we wrap things up, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest All Blacks updates and inside stories. So, what do you think about the whole situation? Should the officials get an uppercut? Or was it just an unfortunate mistake? Let us know in the comments.